Okay, I'm beginning. My name is Lina Fleitman, and I'm co-founder and CEO of WorkStories.live. WorkStories is a personalized corporate TV for remote work for desktop and smartphones. This is a simple widget to deliver corporate content in most engagement stories format. We live in a new era of communication and corporate communication as well. The traditional communication channels such email are not in use anymore, and chats create just chaos and stress. Work stories become a native day-to-day part of routine when employees spend 30 seconds getting through corporate news and updates in convenient time. Actually, following the pandemic and remote work, we have reinvented corporate TV format. That is how it works. Work stories push notification on desktop or smartphone. If employee is ready, he press the button and watch stories. It embeds all corporate communication needs to alert, to inform, to engage, involve people, get feedback, run surveys in dynamic, interactive engagement stories format, data-driven and personalized. This is ready-to-use solution. The solution is ready, and it embeds the scalable content management system, powerful template editor, and end-user app that is available through App Store and Google Play. We sell work stories like software as service for $2 per user per month through channel network. We do understand that we do not compete with some specific service, but we compete with viewer times that they spend in different communication and collaboration tools. But work stories is unique because it really drives the corporate culture and inspire people rather just deliver messages. It's cross-team communication channel, the horizontal, not vertical one. It meets all enterprise requirements in terms of security, scalability, and sustainability. It drives content based on your different data sources. We are going to gain $300 keys in 2021 and run to $41 million and 1.7 users in 2026. This is extremely growing corporate communication market since 2020. We have $200K ARR for Office Teams now and 120 paying customers globally. We have gained our first revenue for US company recently, 2 weeks ago. We are raising $500K round seed for product development, marketing, and sales in US. Teams consist 8 members now with various metrics and various backgrounds, compiling sales, business development, product development, and software development as well. The founder teams run 6 years old, successful and sustainably growing business in terms of MarTech with AI inside. So Work Stories is a ready-for-use solution in extremely growing market with proven success metric. And I'm here to have a chat.
Okay, thank you, first of all.
Okay, thank you. Questions?
Thank you, guys.
Let's start from investors. It's a B2B product. I mean, how do you look for customers? How do you do your sales since you're outside the United States? You mentioned you already have a few enterprise style, type of customers. How did you manage to sell to them, and what's your strategy go after?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the time. I'm sorry, but I didn't get the question fully. You mentioned that we have a set of enterprise customers and how we are going to, I guess, do what?
Just articulate what is your go-to-market program or sales strategy, right?
Yes. I have mentioned that we sell service and solutions through channel network, and this is a deep experience that me personally and my team members have. This is a channel network, the big ecosystem of system integrators and marketing and design agencies. So this is a scalable business model with very low investments from our side.
Okay, well, thank you again. Let's go forward. Who's next, Michael?
So next is Ahmed Stein with his project.
Offline presentation with Ahmed.
Hi, I'm Ahmed.
Better to use a microphone.
Oh yeah. Hello guys, online and offline. My name is Ahmed, and I'm here to present on behalf of Tentron Technologies, which is I've been working on as a startup. So it's focused on wearables, and excuse me. And just for a refresh, for those who care about the market size, the wearables market is growing, and smart clothing, wristwatch are all coming, and it's a market that's been profitable for those who are already in the game. So if you ever ride a bicycle or a scooter or electric skateboard, we have a product for you as a rider. If you remember, the last time people used hand signals to drive a car to indicate going left or right was probably in the 70s, which was a long time ago. We're trying to do the same if you're riding a bike, where you don't need to do hand gestures for you to release your hand from the handlebar. So we have a product that is a wearable turn signal and brake light for those who ride bikes and boards. We call it the Duo. But obviously, target customers are people that I mentioned ride boards and also bicycles. So a version we have is called the Lite, which is just, it has motion sensors on board. I should have a demo of a prototype here. If it doesn't, so one of them the battery ran out, but this is how it looks like. And we also have a version for bicycle police, who happen to be among the safest, among the least, the police units with the least amount of incidents. So we have a version for them also. Another idea we have is, actually we have it on this prototype, we have a radar on board. So if you're riding the bike and the car is coming towards you at a high enough speed, this one will vibrate and warn you.
Wow.
The beauty of this product is it's so simple, but it could literally save lives. And personally, I would not want to know if it does save lives. At least I just want it to have an impact on someone else's life. Yeah, so I mentioned the police version. This one was doing the blinking a while back, but wanted to do more programming on it. We're considering an app also for social connectivity. If you're riding in a group with your family, your lights synchronize together. We can also have over-the-air updates using the app. And so far, where we are in this product development is we've done a lot of prototyping. We spent a lot of resources on getting the custom circuit designed so that it's easy to manufacture and assemble. And we've done work on packaging. When it's ready to go, we have an idea of how it's going to be on the shelf. But the packaging is also designed to catch the eye of the potential customer in the shop so that this thing will sell. As I mentioned, we're still prototyping, so we're still in the engineering validation phase. The next phase is to get the prototype to actually look like a final product, feel like a final product, and work like a final product. That's when you give it to a user, they will understand what this thing can do for them. The marketing strategy, my general take on products is they should be great quality where they sell themselves. But we love to use them. People love to share them. We would like to sell online on our website, and we also want to launch on Kickstarter. And then we want to go to retail bike shops and also wholesale distribution in North America, Asia, and also North America and Asia for the most part, and Europe. That's where you get your biggest markets for this kind of products. What about China? Asia, China, definitely. Yes. You can't ignore China these days. For better or for worse. Yeah. So when this product gets ready and it's in the market and hopefully it moves and people enjoy using it, things we'll consider are smart clothing, which has Google is working on it, but there's still minimal innovation. They could do a lot more. Glasses, that has a lot of potential, but I will personally stay away from it until the dominant players saturate and see whether it's worth going or not. But then the shoe business is very important. Allbirds claims to make the most comfortable shoes in the world. They launched in this year, I think they raised about 200,000. In 2 years, they made about $100 million in sales for shoes because it's a very important thing that you appreciate. But we have some great ideas on shoes also that may be good for people who use them. This is just a chart on life cycle. The general life cycle of a product is you launch it, and if it's a great product, it succeeds, it grows rapidly, and then it matures. So we want to keep growing as a company by constant innovation, iterating on innovation, and the cycle going. And then projections. The first year, if this thing moves for the first time, we're looking at probably a little more than $1 million in sales. And then when we get to other products, then it's more likely that we'll have a bigger growth. But the key is the success of the first product. If this works and then the company has a reputation, we can do a lot better down the road. And then right now we're looking at 50,000 in ask at $1 million valuation, and also the product is going to go. The money is going to go into product development. Getting this ready for the consumer. It takes some work to get there. And the other things we're going to invest in will be our IP, intellectual property portfolio, and then also we work with contractors so they'll get a part of it, and then also marketing. And then the team is myself, and then Hamid, who does business development, and then most of the people we have here are contractors. We pay them to do the work that they do. But April is one of the best UX designers I've met. She's good at what she does. Mason is also one of the best industrial designers I know. He's very, very good at what he does. And then we recently hired Jason to do embedded engineering. He's also been delivering his design work. You can reach out to us at team@tentron.co. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Questions? Yeah, of course. Can I start actually? It's hardware. There's lots of software projects, and it's kind of hard, complicated nowadays to go into the market. Well, who is your main competitor, and what is your competitive advantage? Let's say someone else doing this or not.
This particular product, not really. I don't know exactly why. Actually, I have a sense of why. It's really hard to make something that people want to wear. It has to be designed right. But main competitor I see, if it has radar, a company like Garmin comes to mind.
Garmin.
Yeah, Garmin does a good job of what they do. If we do other the wearables product, if we were working on watches, I would say Apple, I would say Garmin, I would say Fitbit, I would say so on and so forth. But we're trying to stay away from the mainstream wearables until we're able to compete.
Okay. Yeah. But just I should translate. Okay, in Russian. Okay. The question is for this product exactly how much it's gonna cost in retail shops. I mean, this radar.
Yeah. So cost to what we're targeting for the simple version is about $60 to $80 was what I got from information from people that work in bike shops. They think that's reasonable for them. If we have a radar that's working, I think we can command more for the product. And $60 retail price. Yes, sir.
How much to produce?
To manufacture at 1,000 units, we're looking at $50. It's high. The reason is because each device is a product itself. We're not making one product, we're making a set of products.
So you're going to make it for 50 instead of 60.
To start.
I understand that margin exists.
I'd like to answer this. I'd like to answer this.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
That's non-existing margin, and you're going to lose the money for quite a while because of a customer acquisition cost. You're talking about returns. That's a hardware. I mean, you're going to get about 30% returns back, you know, and that it's going to eat in your margins. I mean, you have to sell. If you have a landing cost, let me just tell you from experience on the hardware. If you have a landing cost of 50, you're probably talking about $200 retail at least, if not more than that.
yeah, think about it.
Yeah. I've thought thoroughly about that. We can definitely cut on cost, but we're trying to build a premium product which keeps it high. And $60, I think, is a floor. We can't go below that. But yeah, $200 to sell this product. That's I think it depends on the customer. If the customer is willing to go that route, I think we could go that route as well.
Guys, question from online side. Michael, ask and see maybe someone has a question.
Does anybody have a question, guys?
Yeah, you can wave with hand, for example, if you're online. And, we can't see everyone here on the screen, but again, everybody welcome to ask questions. So Ruben.
So when you say wearables, do you mean something that you strap? When you say wearables, do you mean something that you strap on, like with a piece of Velcro, or do you mean something that's integrated into the clothing?
We are, thank you. So for this product, obviously, it's something you strap on your body. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. That's the beauty of having this. But before prototyping this, I actually made the clothing with the lights integrated for cyclists as well.
So the next subject question would be, you anticipate evolving into integrating it into clothing?
Yes, we actually started prototyping clothing, and I still have my sights on it. I think there's a lot of room for innovation up there. The question was, are we considering integrating into going into clothing market as well? The answer is yes.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Okay, thank you again.
Hi everyone, my name is Andre, and I'm going to tell you more about Google Assistant for Work, Bottle. Managers are now using multitude of different services to power their daily work, constantly switching within them, trying to find something in this mess, and organizing information is not productive. People on average waste 1 day a week on this mess, not to say that it's boring and some is not available on the phones. We and one of the most successful companies in this sector, ClickUp, are solving the very same problem, yet in a bit different way. The solution is an all-messenger smart virtual assistant for IT teams that allows users to get information from and perform actions in any services they already use by only sending a text message in any messenger. This completely eliminates the need to search for something again and actually use different apps. With Bottle, managers will save 1 day every week and be able to do any work on the fly. We shorten the path from a thought to a result. Just as Google Assistant connects to Philips Hue to change the lighting, Bottle will connect to Asana, ClickUp, Trello, Jira, calendars, and so on and so forth to perform actions on the user's behalf and get information from the services the user already uses. That's how we want our product to look like in the future. It will connect to your workplace services, and you'll understand your inquiries in the natural language. You'll just be able to ask and get a reply in milliseconds. But it will also ask its users to update their progress on certain tasks daily, so that their supervisors have transparency over what their people are doing, and the team members are not distracted from their work. It makes the relationships in the team better, not to say that it motivates to work more. Also, it will allow for deep integration in your workflow, since you will be able to do your work without actually using any services like Asana and ClickUp by both texting Bottle yourself or asking Siri to do so. That means you can just say, "Hey Siri, text Bottle to create task X for John with deadline tomorrow," and Bottle will do just that. and notify you of any progress John makes on that and any other tasks. We will have a subscription-based model with a cost of $5 a month per user. Our current customer acquisition cost from Google Ads is about $1. However, anticipated is $130, and lifetime value will be about $960 for 2 years and a team of 7. We're just in time in this market because now people are more than ever willing to do more work in simpler and faster ways, which is exactly what Bottle helps them achieve. And the natural language processing technologies are becoming better every day, thus giving us new opportunities. That's why the intelligent virtual assistant market is expected to grow very fast at almost 40% a year and reach 44 billion by 2027. As I said, the TAM will reach 44 billion by 2027. Our SAM is 12.4 million IT workers in the US and Europe, which considering our LTV is an opportunity worth $11.9 billion, and the SOM is worth $2.5 billion. We have a lot of indirect competitors. However, all of them provide infrastructure for work. Asana for tasks, Notion for knowledge, CRM for clients, Google Analytics for analytics, etc. They're like libraries where you can go and get information, whereas Bottle is a unified librarian that can go to any library instantly and bring you what you need, so you don't have to do that manually. With Bottle, everything you need can be accessed by only sending one message from a phone or asking Siri, and you do not need to migrate from any apps. Bottle will integrate with everything. Bottle, in fact, replaces many different Slack bots and allows for a seamless end-to-end integration with your workflow, meaning that any work can now be done without actually manually going to the services. We've got an amazing team working on Bottle. I'm a student at Rotterdam School of Management, top 15 in the world, and Alexander is a technical product manager at Intel with more than 20 years of experience in IT. We're raising a 500K pre-seed round for 18 months of runway, and with this money, we want to grow 30 to 40% monthly. Is this the company you will be willing to invest in? Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Any questions online from our people here?
Okay, Andrei, question again from me the same, because it's really important to know competitors and your advantage. So who is your main competitor? What is
our main indirect competitor is of course ClickUp, because they're solving the very same problem. However, we're doing it in a different way, so we're not really competing with them for clients. We serve as an add-on to ClickUp, so we can connect to ClickUp, and actually like ClickUp's users can be our clients. So they're like our indirect competitor. Our direct competitors are Slack and Microsoft Teams bots, which do most of what I talked about today, but they do that separately. So each bot does one specific thing, and that doesn't really solve the problem, because 10 different bots are trying to replace 10 different services. And that makes no sense, because if you have 10 different bots and you want to be productive, you get 10 different Slack add-ons, and it just doesn't work because you have 10 of them, right?
So your advantage is integration, right?
Yeah, because Bottle will integrate with all of your services, and you will just have one Bottle instead of 10 different Slack bots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. More questions? Nick?
Yeah, this is a pretty cool idea. What kind of market traction do you have, like business metrics, go-to-market strategy?
Our go-to-market strategy will be it's a freemium model, so we'll give some features for free, and then sell some more advanced features for the money. So we'll target communities of product and project managers, because product managers work with teams of people from different departments like engineers, designers, quality assurance, sometimes marketers, and that's how Bottle will spread across departments and across different departments. So our current market traction is that we tested hypotheses by launching target ads on our website, and we ended up with 21% conversion rate into buy now button. We've also launched on Product Hunt without any media coverage, without any prominent hunters involved. without like literally anything, just put it on Product Hunt and my Facebook page, and we got 120 upvotes, like fully organic.
Pretty cool. When do you have an MVP? Like when are we planning to release to have a release date?
When we're planning to release MVP?
Yeah.
So we're looking to raise the money, and after that spend 3 months on development and release like the minimum set of features. However, we have like the minimum version of a product right now, but it's like really for internal testing. So what it does basically now is you can create tasks, and it will create a team, create tasks for team members, and Battle will check in on your team members every day and ask them about their products on about their progress on certain tasks, and you will have to and you could see like literally what they've done without going to them and asking them. So that's
Yeah,
what
so try to acquire and retain users before raising capital. That would help you raise. Just focus on what you have, just build on that, get initial traction, get those metrics, and then it will be super helpful when you talk to investors after that.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
That's exactly what we are doing. I mean, the value of our events, it's not only investors, it's advisory team, mentors, and on these early stages, guys, it's really important for you to have right advisors or just, just some mentors who can advise or direct you to the right direction. So that should be really good. And what I'm thinking, inside our community, we already have kind of groups, and then maybe we can make like a, like a rooms, like in Zoom, something, just to connect you guys. For example, this project we can connect with that mentors, this project with that investors, and so on. So it's not just event, just for fun. It's a real value, and yeah, I hope you guys can grow really quick from now. Well, now we have a second offline pitch, and it's a music program project, something, right? Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Actually,
Yeah, introduce.
I'll introduce. Actually, was like super excited, super impressed how you focused are on this thing. So first notice that the keyboard actually appeared there, and the monitor, and then the computer. But then during the whole day, well, like this guy was like sitting and working like 16 hours and doing the music stuff. I said, oh my God, maybe he does something really cool, something really great. So I'm really looking forward to listening to the vision and what you're working on.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm a touring musician with 15 plus years experience. I started when I was a kid, touring with bands, lots of different bands all over the world. Nowadays, my band company name is Charlie Savage. I will show you a brief history of my career and look into building a creative team to generate profit from the live shows. And the good news is it's got a 50% profit. I'll show you. So originally I'm from the suburbs of Paris, and I played in different rock bands in the beginning. I then moved to the UK to tour the world with an electronic club band from Glasgow, Scotland, who had a very budding electronic scene. Lots of clubs because it's very rainy, so everybody goes dancing. And I was one lead singer and dancer in a band of 6. I'll show you a few pictures. We toured the world. So, okay, this was in Paris in 2007 at a club called Les Instants Chavirés. This was one of the rock bands I used to play in. This is Glasgow in 2013 at the art school. We had good lights. We had a packed room. We had a regular residency. This is Cassie and me, and there's lots of musicians from different countries. There's 2 American people. Cassie is from Nigeria. There was 2 Scottish guys. So that's in New York at the Hall of Williamsburg, because we did an American tour in 2014. It's a nice place to play. That's in Paris at a big festival called La Villette Sonic, right next to the neighborhood I grew up in. So I was really happy. in front of 30,000 happy people on a Sunday. They're really happy, and you know, everybody was kind of dancing, doing that thing. It was a great day. I never felt so good. It's my thing, but anyway. This is in Toronto at the NXNE Festival. Yonge the Square is kind of like the Times Squares of Toronto. And we're doing some stage antics there where we used to have a lot of things. Then this band ended, and then this is in tours, a tour of France, and at Festival Tropic I had another rock band. We're doing a James Brown covers and old soul numbers from the 70s. It was kind of like James Brown. So after 5+ successful years of touring, the UK band decided they wanted to get back to a quiet life, because this was like a teenage dream sort of thing for them. So after that, they were like, oh, we don't really want to do this our whole lives, but I've been doing this my whole life. So for me, it was different. I was left without a show. I wanted to make it on my own. So I wrote my own autobiography that winter, because I had nothing else to do and lots of stories to tell. And I started learning to produce my own music from top to bottom. So I played all the instruments all day long, all night long, and I learned to produce it to radio standards with making the sound, you know, pop, sound good. So I attended the Institute of Contemporary Music Performance in London for a year to learn the ropes of production. And so those are the 2 books I wrote that winter in 2019. Fire is my autobiography, and this is a collection of short stories. Visions of Heaven and Adventures of a Musical Tree. So since I have written, played, and produced 4 records and about 50 songs, this is my first one, my which is so dope. This is Gangaroo 2. This is Pick Up Hit Me. I did this in London. Bliss Out, I finished it in Mexico last month, so it's really new. Yeah, I got 4 records worth of material I can play live. So I made little trailers of those albums, so you don't have to listen for hours to the whole thing. If you don't, I mean, it's, you know, you can watch on my YouTube channel. You can go to my website, charliesavage.com, and the first icon there is YouTube, and there are little trailers for each album. And as well, and you can stream, and the other ones are available on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple, all the streaming platforms. So a few photo shoots. That's a photo shoot I did in London. It's in Martin's. Yeah, a photo shoot I did in Malta. Yeah, a photo shoot I did in Mexico. So okay. Now, talk about business, talk about show business. What I would like to do is put up a creative team of 5 people to tour again. That means 3 musicians, me singing and dancing. The drummer from my previous band, who would also DJ tracks live, is the only consistent musician I knew from those days. And a guitarist I know would be perfect for the job, who I think now lives in those days. Whatever blues band you find in the area. 1 video artist and marketing helper to get through the market with appealing videos and artworks. So trendy stuff, flashy stuff, you know, appealing things for the market. Someone who knows the trends. And most importantly, 1 booking agent and accountant that I had worked with in the past. I would hire an agent from the same agency I had worked with in the UK called Earth Agency, based in London. They got us all the shows, they got us all the salary, all the money. That's how we made a living. So they would book shows for us all over the world, from £300 a profit in small clubs that's for like 100 people, you know, so a small club, to £6,000 profit for a large festival, say in Poland. That time we had £6,000. When we got big, the band started we got signed to another bigger label who bought all our songs, but the band was stressed out. And after 5 years, they were like, we don't want to do this thing. We don't want to make it our lives. So anyway, this agency took care of all the bills, taxes, and logistics that includes transportation, accommodation for a 10 to 16% commission. But if I hire someone from that agency directly, that would be. So that's why I included the person in the team of 5. So to be realistic, over the year, if we did an average of 10 shows per month, which is what a band does, it's 10, even more. 10 is realistic. With an average profit of $1,500 per show, we would make $15,000 a month. That means we could give 5 people a salary of $1,500, half of it, $7,500, and make a profit of $7,500, 50% profit. So those are pretty good odds. So
Okay.
it's the business part.
Sounds good.
So in a year figure, there would be 90,000 in salary for the team and plus 90,000 being made. And it doesn't include merchandising such as rackets, t-shirts, that would just sustain itself in the beginning and eventually make profit. Okay, just to finish, real quick. Our strength, we always did put a compelling and exciting show. People would just come back, and on the second or third night, the place was packed. We did a good show, whether it was rock and roll or electronic music or whatever. So they would want to see us again every time we came back to the country and the places. And also with COVID being over, I mean, with humanity getting over COVID, there will be a return to live music shows, so we could expect a kind of boom for live performances and no shortage of work whatsoever. I mean, it's going to be a great year for music next year.
Yeah, it's a 4-minute speech. That's right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what? Oh,
Okay,
do you have an example of music and clip?
Can I put the website? Yeah.
Okay, but maybe you can share even later.
Okay.
Most famous, you said.
I'll put one trailer for one of the albums.
Investors Life.
If I could,
Let's do it.
if I could put my
Okay, you need the internet, right?
okay. Charlie.
It's a music, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Charlie Savage.
Whatever you like, guys. We can just, switch on music and be happy. That's why I like this format. We don't have to, focus only on the business part or just, try to invest or try to receive XXX. Okay, unfortunately we should thank you.
There's just 20 seconds left. So you have an idea, because I do a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
So I tried just seeing you.
Good.
When you heard
Okay, Michael. Michael,
All right. Yeah. Artyom Taganov, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Right. We would love to hear about your project.
Yep. Am I audible? And can you see me?
We can't see you for some reason. Um, for some reason you're on the right. Sergey, can you hear our Artem?
Yeah, yeah. We can
Yep.
hear, but we can't see your screen. But I think we need.
I think
Just give me one.
he's on
Yeah,
the
just
right. Yes, he's on the far
Now
right.
it's good. Now good.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Now we can see everything.
Just give me 1 second. Yeah. First, thanks to Charlie, because I'm also a musician. You're doing a great job, and it's really hard to pitch after you after such a great work. But still, so okay, we're hinted, and this is the story not about music but about business and money, because every company, on average, spends $2,500 for training one employee to use enterprise IT platforms. But employees still lose 1.5 hours every day just trying to figure out how to use their IT systems and digital tools they need to do their job because of inefficient training and user support. This leads to frustrated employees, poor employee engagement, and higher support costs. And Citibank recently have lost $500 million because of a complicated IT platform. I'm Artyom, founder of Hinted, and we help to solve all these problems. We've created a tool that allows new and current employees to instantly master their enterprise software. Hinted creates a separate layer above absolutely any enterprise platform with on-screen step-by-step guides that helps keep users engaged and use their digital tools at the maximum efficiency. And the great thing is that creating these guides requires absolutely no coding and no technical skills at all. As a result, companies get the single instrument integrated into all their digital assets for training and supporting their employees while they are performing their work tasks without the need to switch their attention to user handbooks, screencasts, or ask their colleagues or call to technical support. And here it also collects data and analytics about how users interact with IT platforms and on-screen guides to help system owners make them even more engaging. We already allow companies to cut their training costs from $2,500 to only $100, reduce support tickets from $1,500 to only $100 monthly, and boost training content authoring by up to 80%, because Hinted replaces PDFs, user guides, user handbooks, and online and offline training. And we know this because we were able to onboard some of the top banks, telecom, industrial, FMCG companies in CIS and already brought CIS. We hit in the market, which is 9 billion globally, growing at least 20% each year. Speaking about competitors, the biggest our competitor right now is WalkMe company, which has already 2 billion valuation. But Hinted is more simple and faster to implement right now in comparison with absolutely all our competitors. We can even work without integrating our snippets and source code into customer systems. And secondly, right now, our focus is the machine learning-based platform for automated creation of those training guides, training flows, and discovering bottlenecks inside enterprise platforms. Those will help to reduce training and support costs even more. During the last 2 months, we were able to improve our monthly recurring revenue by 20% month over month, and currently it's reaching $10,000. We're the team to do this because our founders, me and Sergey, have the combined 15 years of experience in building high-load B2B platforms and digital tools, as well as working with enterprises and big companies. Now we have 11, actually already 12 team members located in 6 different geographies. And we are also the winners in one of the winners in SBIR 500, the program run by 500 startups, and Sber, the biggest bank in Russia. We're supported by 3 VC funds, and we recently closed the pre-seed round, so we're not looking for any investments right now actively, but we're now starting to look for the next late seed, which we plan to close by the end of the year. So we are looking right now for skilled advisors, potential customers, and investors to join us in conquering this super exciting, growing, and very interesting market. So we're hinted, and we make any software friendlier. I'm ready for questions.
Thank you.
Sounds awesome.
Very professional done presentation, right? Exactly everything. But actually, anyway, questions from everyone who is here. Yeah.
Very same one about traction, key metrics, growth, and one more question: how do you guys know you? I thought we met somewhere, maybe connected to Teamstartuphouse.
It's too windy there.
Sorry. Is it better now?
I guess, yep.
1, 2, 3, yeah. So key metrics, market traction, number, new users, customers, sales, revenue, conversions, all this kind of, couple product metrics that would help to understand where you are today and your plans for the next 3-6 months in terms of the business growth.
Right now we have more than 20 enterprise and medium customers. We are generating the 10K revenue, and we're growing by 20% month over month. We plan to close from 400 to 500K this year in revenues. Right now we already have closed like 200, and we're signing. We're in the process of signing one more like enterprise contract for another 200K. What else? We have absolutely we have like very low churn right now because we work with enterprises and we usually sell like yearly licenses. So we've lost only 2 of our customers from more than 20. That's it.
Yeah, that's impressive. What is your ask?
We're looking for right now for advisors for some interest to American customers from SME sector, from like mid-market or maybe enterprises, and also we're starting to raise like the next round. So we're looking for potential investors to join us in the end of the year.
I mean, you do seed round or what?
Yeah, it will be like late seed. So we'll have the like the exact numbers about the valuation of the company and the amount of the round, I guess, in next 2 or 3 months, because right now, we're closing some big deals, and
okay.
I guess our valuation will raise.
Yeah, maybe an easy question, but how does your cap table look like at the moment? You mentioned 3 investors there. You have some angels. How much you have for the founding team for the founders? So what's the idea about that? Give us a little bit of background. Like
Yep, sure. Okay, those 3 funds hold 20% overall. The biggest share is with Softline Venture Partners. They have 10%. So Yellow Rockets has 3%. Kiva Group Ventures has 7%. I have 75.5%. We also have Business Angel who has 1.5%. My CTO has right now 3%, but he has an option for another 9%. And we also have option pool that is like in my shares right now, because we are incorporated in Russia and we have no option pools like in our legislation, but still we have it.
Yeah, okay. Just don't do that. Do not incorporate in Russia. Just don't do that.
You should tell me you should tell me this like 2 years ago.
Well, but it's still time. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michael.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. So next project is Jason Merrick. Jason, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think the last one, right, Michael?
The last one is Artyom Gemadiev with Display Force. It's this is the next one is last one. This one is pretty last. Okay, Jason, go ahead. You have the stage.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Nice to meet everybody. I'm glad to be part of this event. Let me start off here, and we are Learn, See, Do, Care. My name is Jason Merrick. I'm the CEO of Learn, See, Do, Care, also a licensed nurse and paramedic. It's personal for me. Not only am I a licensed nurse and paramedic, but also a new parent. When my daughter was born, she had some special needs and needed some care, additional care. And that care took over 2.5 months to get to, even with medical insurance. No parent should have to go through that. And there's a large factor in why we built Learn, See, Do and Learn, See, Do, Care. The problem, imagine you're a parent, it's the middle of the night, you wake up, you know something is wrong with your child, you just can't quite figure out what. And what do? There's some choices out there, none of them perfect. Yeah, you can Google it, write to your provider, call a friend or family member, and then ultimately take them to an ER or urgent care. And why now does this solution make sense? Largely, the pediatric digital healthcare market and the telehealth virtual market is open. Many families with young children don't have a primary care provider, and here in California in 2023, we become a full practice state with nurse practitioners. Some additional reasons is specialty care. Many parents don't have access to specialty care, such as physical therapy, respiratory therapy, and other specialties such as that. And of course, during the pandemic, we experienced a large surge in telehealth across the healthcare industry. The solution, what we do is we are a healthcare advice line that replaces the nurse advice line. We're video-based, and we use nurse practitioners instead of RNs. Bigger, better, faster, and available 24/7 at a moment's notice. Provide quality advice at an affordable price. And again, a healthcare advice line provides a lot more value than if you Google it, you can go down a rabbit hole. Friends or family members often aren't healthcare inclined. The nurse care advice line is phone-based, long provider wait times if you message them, and of course, ER and urgent care is expensive. Our platform, we have a HIPAA-compliant mobile video call app. It has unique features. We built it ourselves, features such as the ability to alert 911 during the call itself by our experts. We can direct the user through a specialized decision. You just talk to the right expert. And at the end, the user can rate the call, and all calls are recorded where they can review them for up to a week afterwards. The way we look at it, here's a flow chart. Our experts, we start with nurse practitioners as a healthcare advice line. We look at that initial entry point as more critical, more broad than what your current RN advice line is. For MVP that can offer advice, nurse practitioners are right underneath a doctor, much more advanced than an RN. They have a broader scope of care, and their end result may not just be monitor or go to a primary care provider. And then afterwards, of course, after MVP, they could, a lot of parents don't have primary care physicians. We could build that network in as well. And then we have a total of 8 category experts available to us, and they could suggest and talk to another, like a physical therapist, right after that initial talk, if they feel it's mobility related, if they believe that the parent is having lactation or breastfeeding issues, they could recommend a lactation consultant that's on board with us. If it's a pregnant mother, they can talk to a certified nurse midwife. And there's other categories like doula that follow a similar pattern as well. All our experts go through a 4-step qualification process. It's built to identify quality experts at scale. What makes us different? Again, we have a qualified network of experts and an expert retention program to maintain those experts within our program. We also deploy them through a gig platform, which makes them available 24/7. Our app is tailored. Many of the experts we work with have restrictions to their licenses, and we've built in geofencing into our app that maintains those restrictions by state. In pricing, we're pay as you go. Our average call is about 10 minutes, and the total cost will be less than the cost of a medical copay. Our traction, when we opened up the platform in fall of last year, we had over 16,000 experts apply across the US, and it's grown. We've also had over 17,000 people express interest in our app as well. Our business model for the healthcare advice line on MVP with nurse practitioners, we break it up into 5-minute increments, our calls. Each 5 minutes is $9 and can be extended by the user. Our revenue split is pretty industry standard, 80% to the experts, 20% to Learn, See, Do. Our market, total market in the US is 22 million millennial parents with an annual spend of $2.75 billion. Our initial launch state next month is Arizona. And why Arizona? Because it is a full practice state. We don't have to get into heavy regulatory compliance, and it's much simpler to launch within that state. Then afterwards, California and Illinois, we're currently setting up a professional corporation in California. It's unique the way we're setting it up. Most, like say Teladoc, Amwell, what they do is they work with physicians as contractors. We're building it at PC to work with all expert levels. I can get in more into that at a later date. Our financials, the first 3 months, we expect to have 1,000 users. By the end of the year, well, 2,500. Some key metrics here, our CAC is $20 and LTV is $375 over 3 years. Competition can be largely segmented in 2 areas, on-demand and not on-demand, and specialists or generalists and specialists and generalists. Alone in our area, we're at the top right. And I want to add one more in here, K-Health. But again, it's not an exact comparison because basically you use text to diagnose. And I don't know, personally, I wouldn't use text, but I'd add K-Health in there as well. They've been in the media lately. Our go-to-market strategy to get to those 1,000 paying users. As I mentioned, we're launching in Arizona with the healthcare advice line, then California and Illinois. We're also identifying, we're just bringing on an advisor now, employer health groups and pediatric primary care groups. Each are separate, but opportunities with MVP. And these are just some different models that we work with, use to meet those go-to-market strategies. For the D2C side, short videos over social media, referral program, and brokers and consultants to get into the employer health groups. And our nurse practitioners have actually come to us and said, we have these primary care groups, one in Southern California that we think you would be great. So that's the other way we're getting into primary care groups. Our team is, I mentioned I'm Jason Merrick. I also have startup experience along with medical experience. Started with Global Media Ventures in 2000, where I worked on lifestyle media channels. Mustafa Sarak, he's our CTO. He comes from Sony, Qualcomm, Ingram Micro. At Sony, he was a chief engineer, led the development team that built Sony Crackle, now the largest free streaming service in the US on TV. Sam Johnson has scaled international technology companies, latest Booking Live, that grew from 1 country to 64 countries. And Dr. Parvana Nini, she is a pediatric ophthalmology surgeon, and she has grown one of the largest private practices in the Midwest in ophthalmology before being sold to private equity. That's kind of her sweet spot. She's still practicing, and she leads our medical clinical division. Funding, very simple. We're looking for a pre-seed of $250,000 to get to these numbers. And Learn, See, Do, empowering parents with live experts 24/7. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, again, very professional. Thank you for this presentation. Questions?
Well,
let's ask online.
yeah, I have a question, if you allow me. How do you guarantee the quality of your experts?
Right. So that goes through our qualification process, and it's 4 steps. The first step is the resume or the CV that's applied to us. It has to be from a state that we're launching in. So if it would be either from California, Illinois, or Arizona, we have a whole database now from when we open up in the fall. With that, we looked at they have a license or certificate in that expertise level, and that they have 3 years of relevant experience under that license. So meeting those, then we go ahead and we reach out to them and say, hey, we're interested, and we put in time tests. These are proprietary time tests written by experts that are part of our network, each individualized to different expert levels. Once they pass, that vets their knowledge. If they pass the time test, we have about a 30% failure rate. Once they pass that time test, then they move into our 2-part background check process. First is a legal background check process that's required by HIPAA. So, Social Security, different lists, make sure there's no felonies, Then we move into a professional background check where they go through we check their current employer, we check a reference, and we check their license and certificate from the organization that authorized it. And then lastly, we have a 2-minute video. So that 2-minute video we look at, we know that they know how to use technology, that they are sensible. We vet that and then add it to their profile. So now users who come onto the app, our app, and are looking at different experts, they can watch their 2-minute video to see if there's something that they would have that they could get along with, basically, that I think would provide good advice. In that video, they talked about their background, their experience, and their decision making.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Quick question. That type of thing.
Sorry, sound is very, very, very quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Now it's good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huge. I would like to emphasize word huge liability in terms of lawsuits and stuff like that. How are you going to handle it?
Right. So that's interesting. First of all, we use the former president of One Medical, which is the concierge service that started here in San Francisco. Their president has been advising me, and kind of by coincidence, they use the same virtual care provider that we use, which is Beasley Virtual Care. So we're covered from a malpractice side of Beasley Virtual Care for all contractors. That's part of the contract. On top of that, we're unique in that all calls are recorded and go right to risk mitigation. So every call is not only recorded but rated. If there's a rating of 3 or less, it goes to quality control. And we are able to actually watch the video and see what occurred, what advice was given. Since we are a PC, work with so if you know PC MSO arrangements, then you know that we have physicians, pediatricians on the back end supervising all our MPs and actually all our experts. So that's an added layer. So they can go ahead and look at that call as well. So we have the regulatory framework, we have the virtual care insurance, and then we have a quality control through risk mitigation.
That sounds good. Jason, contact directly with me. I know a group of angels who are interested in healthcare. So just contact somehow. I don't know. Maybe Michael will.
We have Jason's email. I will send it to you, sir.
Okay. Then I'll contact you. So email. Definitely, it will be interesting for them. Okay.
Okay.
Well, who's the last one, right? Because we have unusual cold here. Weather, I don't know what's happened in California. Maybe we should move to Florida as well. I don't know, but yeah, we're here. Anyway, last one, Michael.
Yes. So Artyom, you are
Yes.
welcome to the stage.
Super. Do you hear me? Do you hear me okay?
Yep.
Very well. I feel like being the last one. I feel that I'm standing in between you guys and the barbecue party. So I'll try to be short and punchy, and feel free to jump with your questions. So let me share my screen. Here you go. So my name is Artem, and I'm the co-founder of DisplayForce.ai. This is a software as a service platform for personalized marketing and audience analytics at points of sales. And we're already present in 18 countries. Just imagine it was a banner standing in a store yesterday that is now replaced with a screen. And the speed of this digital transformation is more than 40%. And this new infrastructure must bring maximum impact. All the marketers and advertisers, they want to leverage the same performance marketing approaches powered by deep audience analytics exactly in the same way they have been doing it online for years. And we are enabling exactly the same capabilities for physical locations. DisplayForce anonymously tracks customer behavior and analyzes audience characteristics in real time in every store. Our AI algorithm is top ranked by NIST, and we comply with GDPR and CCPA regulations. Based on these real audience insights, retailers set their marketing automation rules in their accounts on the platform. But instead of going into details, let me show you a couple of example use cases, real ones. So having analyzed customer interest, we are triggering all the relevant screens installed in the store to be displaying personalized content while calculating customer engagement. And imagine a lady who is looking at an item on the shelf, and then by the time he or she reaches a cashier desk, we will offer most relevant promotions for the items that he or she was interested in. Secondly, for those having loyalty cards or applications, we enable hyper-personalization based on the combination of their buying habits, historical ones, and the current customer journey in the store. Finally, we dramatically enrich customer data, analyzing how much time people spend with specific products on the shelf, what emotions they feel, and what was their journey. All these customer insights are easily available on the platform, and they are actionable. Brands are willing to pay tons for this data for their merchandising and marketing purposes. In summary, first of all, Displayforce enables sales uplift for retailers for promoted goods ranging from 5 to 40%. Secondly, we drastically optimize marketing costs. We have clients with a single marketing manager orchestrating campaigns across tens of thousands of locations. Finally, we enable new revenue streams for our clients through programmatic advertisement and audience analytics. Our business model is proven by almost 300 clients across 18 countries, including, for example, Metro or Apple in Eastern Europe. We are part of the top 3 AI startups in Hangzhou. And this is the map of our presence across the globe. With the inventory of more than 38,000 devices, we are market leaders in CIS. Second largest geo for us is Europe, then Middle East, and finally US. We sell subscriptions for every digital screen in a store through 150 channel partners with direct marketing targeting a $22 billion market. Here is the ecosystem of our partners and clients. With the majority of them, we have just started working and are now scaling our operations. We have organically grown our business more than 3 times over the last couple of years, even during the COVID times. And having made 21% profit last year, yeah, I know profit is probably not the best thing to talk about for a startup at this stage, but we are now actively reinvesting it in our geographical expansion. Displayforce is a team of 37 people spread across 9 countries. As an example, we have recently signed Jaap van Vreden, a retail major executive and a board member of the European Marketing Distribution, EMD, a corporation that unites companies like Ahold, and we're getting access to them with Jaap. Raising $2.5 million in the C2 round, we're evolving our service offerings for new clients. Secondly, we're uplifting the average check with the existing ones. And most importantly, we're aiming at scaling our operations in Europe and the US. Flexible to discuss mutually beneficial conditions with venture partners, we focus on maximizing the earnings in the future rounds for all of us over here. That's it for me for now. I'm happy to take any questions, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, questions?
Hi, Artem. It's Ahmed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, so I have question: how do you get cameras in the stores?
That's a lovely one. So there are at least 3 possible ways of doing that. Number one, actually, a good portion, roughly like 25 to 30% of them, are already representing modern equipment with screens with cameras. Option number 2, you can install an additional one, and we actually provide a tiny box that doesn't require any power, that could connect to a screen through USB or an HDMI, and has a tiny eye of a camera underneath. And finally, in large projects with like thousands of locations or touch points, we see big SI system integrators like Accenture and the others who actually plan the customer journey together with the client, and they define the exact locations, not only for the touch points, but also for beacons and cameras in the store. These are a bit more complicated, usually a project-based approach.
Okay, yeah, thanks. The reason I asked is I like the idea because of the power of what you can do with it, but I was wondering what challenges do you envision in terms of privacy from customers?
That's a very relevant one. So we do not store, neither transmit any personal data to the cloud. All the touch points installed in the store, they have peer-to-peer communication so that they could assign a customer with a unique identifier and track his or her movements and journey across the store. But we never transmit anything outside of the store unless the client explicitly allows us to do that, with the example of any loyalty cards or applications.
Yeah, so sounds good. It's definitely future. I mean, personalized marketing. Yeah,
It's the reality. It's already working in Apple stores, in Rivgosh, in Sparebank, and a few others. So like almost 40,000 touch points in the inventory that we manage right now.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm sorry, just a question.
Okay. Yeah.
You said it works in a bank. How does it actually work in a bank?
That's a lovely one. We manage like roughly almost 17,000 screens across all the locations of one of the largest banks in Russia, the one that we mentioned. So it depends. Not all the screens are enabled with cameras there. So in some remote locations, we literally serve as a digital signage software or content management, if you wish. For the modern ones, yes, they do care about customer engagement no less than retailers do.
Interesting. I mean, it's just that you can't really. There's no stuff in a bank. You can't really understand what the client wants. If you know.
But you can measure how much time every single person spent with an operator, or you can actually track the emotions they felt while they were staring at the kiosk or a touch point or something. So there's still a lot of analytics that could be done in order to optimize the customer journey and engagement.
That is a really cool use case.
Thank you.
Have you guys thought about raising your larger round, like 5 mil, 6 mil, 7 mil, like traditional US seed?
That's a good one. So we raised the previous round of like 1.2 million that allowed us to to get the profit, to grow 3 times, and like the investment that we're aiming at right now is tightly aligned with the use of proceeds that I explained to you before. And although we have already validated a good set of hypotheses, part of our international go-to-market strategy that I actually personally look after, but we still believe that there is a lot to do before we could scale that to like millions of locations. So for this year, for the upcoming like year and a half, maybe 2.5 is the right size for us. However, we're obviously happy to discuss conditions that could seem more relevant for you.
What are the main international targets for you guys?
So we have tested hypotheses in Europe and Middle East, and we're just starting doing that in the US. So Europe and Middle East, this is the scale out model, and the US is the main location for us because it has a good ratio of screens per customer. Therefore, testing our hypothesis there and scaling out operations in the US.
Yeah, so US is big, US needs capital. If it would be Europe and Middle East, then it's fine. If it's about expansion in the US, just think about more aggressive strategy, like growth strategy.
Valid comment. Thanks a ton.
Yeah, exactly. I really like the quality of the project. So first of all, welcome to Startup Houses. I hope soon it should be open. I mean, all borders, right? We will pray with pastors. And yeah, actually, what we're doing, it's not just an event once a month. I mean, we are community of more than 3,000 people, professionals. And definitely we can help even with this type of raising, I mean, 2.5 or even more, as Nick said, because Nick working with the big guys. Yeah, let's stay in touch, join our community. By the way, now we have a membership card like this. It's a very nice black professional, and for all of us guys I have here. And for online participant, we will somehow send, we'll manage how to send. And yeah, so thank you again. It was awesome. Great event. Thank you, Michael, for everything, for your moderating. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's stay in touch. Yeah, see you.
Well, thank you, everybody, and anyone who's right now in the US. Thank you for hosting us, and anyone who's right now in Russia, specifically in Moscow with me. Well, good morning. It was a great night, and yes, everybody, thank you very much, and thank you again.
See you
Here.
Yeah. So
Have a good day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, everybody.
See you. Bye.